Hi guys, in my previous class I have discussed figures based on figures based on similarity. Okay. So in my previous class I have just confused the word parable and fable. So as I have said earlier that a parable contains a story. A fable also contains a story. In the fable, the language is simple. In the parable, the language is simple. In the parable, there is a lesson, moral lesson, that is generally associated with a religion. Okay? As you know, you have heard the parable of Good Samaritan. You have read it also. Okay? Most of them read it, who generally studies or. But in fable, there are certain characters such as non-human characters behave like human beings, and they particularly point to a concern. Okay, the story inside a fable particularly shows concerns about a problem. Okay, sometimes solution is there, sometimes solution is not given, there is only alarm. That is what we call parable. Okay, and the trees speak like human being, animals speak like human being, they behave like human being. Because such sorts of things are generally seen in fables. Allegory can be an entire poem. It starts in the beginning, it has a message, the message starts just like a story in the poem, okay, and it has a moral lesson too, and that lesson is related to Almighty, that is God. And in the simile, now I have talked rhetoric, I have just mentioned in the first class, in the class 1, that is in R1, okay, rhetoric 1, that rhetoric is the art of persuasive speaking. Rhetoric is the art to impress someone. But as we know, that language comes first. Okay? So, rhetorical ornaments in which our figures are closed, that is, it contains various types of, such as similes, metaphors, okay, pun, so these are ornaments in which our correct speeches are clothed in order to make the language impressive. But my question is, I don't know whether I am eligible for questioning, whether correct languages are used by common folk, but they still use figures of speech. Sometimes knowingly, sometimes unknowingly. Most of them use unknowingly. Employ every day in language. When the mood is happy, they talk in allegory. But still, he doesn't know, she doesn't know that he has used an allegory. He has used the figure of speech. Huh? So it depends upon the mood of the speaker. Sometimes he feels sad, she feels sad. So figures based on similarity. So, fable, parable, allegory, simile. Okay. Now I am trying to find out the page so that it can help you in a very short and it won't take my simile, metaphor, okay. Now I am trying to show you again, okay, and see it and try to write. I don't know the writer, I have forgotten it. In 30 years back, I have this book, simile. See this portion? Can you see it? I don't know whether you are able to see it because nobody is behind the camera to tell me. After the video is over, I will see. Okay, if you don't see, I will again show you in my next class. Okay, so you don't have to bother about this one. Okay, I think this one is okay. So these are the ornaments. Okay. Fable, parable, allegory, simile, metaphor. These are the rhetorical ornaments in which correct speeches are clothed. So correctness is in the form why correctness was necessary? In order to select someone, their grammar was made in order to select the best one. This is my opinion. I don't know. Other scholars are telling you I am just a drop in the ocean. Fable, parable, allegory, simile. And in my previous class I have told about simile, that simile is derived from the Greek word similes, meaning like or likeness. Okay, and I have given you certain examples. Okay, now we will do some more examples. Okay, to make you explicit. Okay, I am giving you very few examples. I am giving you simile. Her locks were as her locks were yellow as gold. Locks, you know the meaning of locks? You know the meaning of locks? You know the meaning of gold. Here are two different things. In simile, we know that the two different things, two unallied objects, two objects different in nature are compared. And generally we find as like so. Here you are finding, but without this there can be a comparison, there can be similes. Okay, as Ben has pointed out, her locks were yellow as gold. What is the comparison? Her locks here, gold is a different one, and locks are also different. They are two unallied objects. Now, how can you write it? This is a simile, this is an example of simile. In the similes, two objects, locks and gold, are compared. Gold should be underlined, locks should be underlined, gold should be underlined. Okay, so two unallied objects are compared. You can say in this way, the two objects, locks and gold are compared, and they are different in nature, they are different kind. Okay, they are unallied, they are not allied, and the comparison is made clear by as. The word as. Is there any confusion? No. Okay, now I am taking another example. A very famous line from the I wandered lonely as a cloud. I wandered lonely as a cloud. Here, I wandered lonely. I wandered. Who is I? Here is poet. I wander lonely as a cloud. Can a poet move like a cloud? No. I wandered lonely as a cloud in the sky is lonely. The poet also feels lonely here. Okay? Here, the I, that is the poet, is compared to a cloud. They are two different things. So you can write here, this is the case of similarly here I and I, here two objects I and a cloud are compared. They are two different things in nature. The expression is made clear by the word as. You can write also. If you forget that, it doesn't make any difference. You have already identified what you have been given to identify. There is no problem in writing. If you are able to write that, you have already identified, that will do the thing. Okay. I wandered lonely as a cloud. I am giving you another example. Okay. The child sows here, the child shows the man as morning shows the day. Here, there are more than one comparison. Child has been compared to morning and man has been compared to the day. They are two different things. How can you write? This is the case of simile. Here, child is compared to morning and the man is compared to, they are unallied objects. The comparison is made clear by the word as. As should be underlined. There should be no confusion. This is the most easiest one. Okay? This is one of the easiest one. I beg your pardon. Okay? Now, knowledge is like a sinking star. Here knowledge has been compared to I will also discuss about the similes and metaphors and different figures found in the poems, but later on. Okay, I will go slowly. Okay, so that it can benefit you